Hi everyone, so we're beginning this video with an interview from Ms. Julia Kessler, and she's going to talk to us a little bit today about midwives, the medicalization of childbirth, and its effect on women. So if you could please, I guess reintroduce yourself to the class, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you came to this profession, and I guess a little bit about the NYU program.
Okay. My name is Julian Kessler. I am the director of the NYU midwifery program housed at the NYU College of Nursing here in New York City. And I came to the profession of midwifery because my sister gave me a book when I was pregnant the first time about gentle childbirth and the Le Boyer method of childbirth, which is very sweet for the baby and just a nice gentle landing, so to speak. And when I got done with that birth, I walked away thinking, oh no, that's not the way it was supposed to be. There's a better way to do childbirth than this. So as you can tell, I was somewhat not thrilled with my first experience, and I knew I could make my second experience better and that I would have more children. And the second time I hired a midwife, and for that particular birth, I gave birth at home, although most midwives work in hospital settings. And I walked away from that birth feeling so empowered and so strong and so powerful that I wanted other women to feel that also. And if childbirth was a way to get to that sensation for everyone, or for women that I could help, that's what inspired me to become a midwife. And the program at NYU, let me tell you a little bit about that. We're normally set up for working adults. You have to be a nurse before you can come to the program, but in New York State, we recognize that you don't have to go through nursing to get to midwifery. So you can also do midwifery and do all the sciences and learn everything that you need to know without nursing. But at NYU, it's housed in a college of nursing, and we require our students to be nurses at a bachelor's level. And so our classes are offered at night, and it's a wonderful program. You have over 1,000 clinical hours, and it's kind of like a residency. So when you step into it, you're not just observing, you're actually taking care of patients, writing prescriptions, catching babies, doing newborn exams, taking care of women throughout their lifespan. So can I tell you a little bit about the profession? Okay, midwives take care of women throughout their life. So from the time a young woman, 11 or 12 years old, has her first period, from there on until, through menopause and beyond. We do primary care, which means we can diagnose your strep throat, your heart condition, your lung condition, that type of thing, as well as gynecological services, so GYN care. So your pap smear, your sexually transmitted disease, everything like that we can take care of, as well as pregnancy, birth, newborn care up to 28 days, postpartum, and everything that lies in between. So for women throughout their lifespan, you can come to a midwife and we can take care of you.
That sounds great. Thank you so much. So in class, we're talking a lot about medicalization. We read Peter Conrad's work on understanding how human conditions become categorized as illnesses or sicknesses. So can you tell us a little bit about how you think the medicalization of childbirth has affected women in the United States?
Well, the thing about the medicalization of childbirth is that it really robs that woman of that sense of empowerment. So she may not come away from it feeling like a lioness. Instead, she comes away feeling like, oh, I'm glad I survived it. Mm-hmm. And I think depending on where you're giving birth in the world, in other countries like Haiti and Africa, they have some of the worst conditions where people are giving birth by themselves. And 1 in 13 women die, 1 in 17 women die of some child-related, pregnancy-related illness. But the reality in this country is that we're more nourished. We are in better shape to handle, natural childbirth without it having anything to do harmful to us. So when you medicalize the whole thing, you take away a woman's power to choose, and you actually start a spiral of interventions that can lead to even more interventions and a higher cesarean rate, and less ability for the mom to bond as well, and to walk away feeling like, okay, so let's talk about a little bit about what's the difference between having a cesarean and having a vaginal delivery, right? Midwives really want to protect that space of having that vaginal delivery and a normal physiologic childbirth, because that's what's going to be the best for that mom and that baby. If we, decide, okay, let's just shorten this and we're going to do a cesarean, or let's start interventions that affect the baby so that the baby can't tolerate labor or the mother can't tolerate labor, and we're going to do a cesarean, then we just take away from all of that health and well-being of a normal natural process that should have been protected in the first place. So if we can, that's what midwives do, is to protect that sacred space, that so a woman can give birth on her own and feel like, I want that woman to feel like she's the one that gave birth, not that I pat myself on the back and say, oh, didn't I save you today? No, I didn't save you, you saved yourself. So that's the idea, is that the woman walks